they want you to treat the company like family while they treat you like an expendable resource. It's gaslighting on an industrial scale. And then you got this government bullshit. So remember when governments at least pretended to work for their citizens? Those days are gone like payphones. Left or right, it doesn't matter. The entire system has been hijacked by special interests, corporate donors, and career politicians who couldn't give two shits about your actual life. You're paying taxes for services you can't access, infrastructure that's crumbling, and bailouts for companies that make more in a day than you'll make in a lifetime. Meanwhile, try calling the IRS with a question and see how long you wait on hold. They demand your loyalty, stand for the anthem, vote, pay taxes, follow laws, while giving you exactly nothing in return except empty promises and increasingly intrusive surveillance. The social contract is broken. They've kept their hand in your pocket while removing themselves from any accountability. They don't protect you, they don't serve you, and they manage you for the benefit of those who actually fund their campaigns. And don't get me started on religious institutions. Talk about institutions that have absolutely devastated their credibility. For centuries, religious organizations positioned themselves as moral authorities, as shepherds of the lost, as communities of care. Now, they're mostly hollow shells of bureaucracy, hypocrisy, and moral bankruptcy. Sexual abuse scandals, financial corruption, leaders preaching poverty while flying private jets, condemning behavior they practice behind closed doors. They demand unquestioning faith and financial support while delivering increasingly empty rituals and platitudes that have little relevance to modern life. They claim moral authority while demonstrating none of the ethics they preach. And the number shows it. Younger generations are abandoning traditional religious institutions in droves, not because they're not spiritual, but because they can spot bullshit from a mile away. And higher education has become a debt factory. Remember when college was about education? When it prepared you for a career and expanded your mind? Now it's a 4-year party that leaves kids with crushing debt and degrees that qualify them to ask if you want fries with that. The cost of college has increased 8 times the rate of wages since the 1980s. Universities talk about creating well-rounded citizens while treating students like ATMs. They build luxury dorms and administrative empires while actual education quality stagnates. They hire adjunct professors at poverty wages while university presidents make millions. And they've transformed from educational institutions into corporate entities that happen to offer classes on the side. Their loyalty is to their donors, to rankings, to sports revenue, not to students or the truth. And still, they expect unquestioning alumni loyalty and donations from graduates who will be paying student loans until their kids start college. And the media has abandoned the truth for engagement. The fourth estate, once the watchdog of democracy, has devolved into a circus of clickbait, outrage farming, and partisan warfare. They don't inform you, they inflame you. And they don't investigate, they instigate. Truth has become subordinate to engagement metrics and advertising dollars. Left-leaning outlets refuse to cover stories that contradict their narrative. Right-leaning outlets do exactly the same thing. Both are more interested in keeping you angry and engaged than actually informed. And the result? It's a population that can't even agree on basic facts, let alone solutions. They've betrayed their fundamental purpose while still expecting you to trust them as gatekeepers of truth. And why does this matter more than you think? Or it matters way more than you think, actually. It's because the institutional collapse isn't just an inconvenience. It's reshaping the entire social landscape. When the major pillars of society betray public trust, it creates a vacuum that gets filled with tribalism, extremism, and free-for-all pursuit of self-interest. And that's what we call the social decay today, or the moral decay that we're seeing. It's the social glue that holds complex societies together, and it's dissolving. The shared reality that allows millions of strangers to cooperate, it's fragmenting. And the structures that provided meaning and stability for generations are hollow shells. And meanwhile, most men are still operating on outdated software, still giving loyalty to institutions that see them as nothing more than data points or revenue sources. So what the hell do you actually do about all this? First, wake the fuck up and see the reality for what it is, not as you wish it was. Recognize that institutional loyalty is a one-way street. They expect it from you while offering none in return. Second, start building personal sovereignty. Stop outsourcing your security, your ethics, community, or your purpose to institutions that don't deserve your trust. What this means is, in your career, I have a bunch of points here for you guys. Develop skills that belong to you, not your employer. Another one is build multiple income streams so no single institution can control your livelihood. Network horizontally with peers across companies, not just vertically within your organization. And save aggressively. Your financial cushion is your freedom to walk away. And document your accomplishments and maintain proof of your value with government. Maintain proof of your value. And then I have one titled With Government. And that one I have 5 points on that as well. And the first one is engage locally where your voice actually matters. So part of our, quote, civic duty that has evaporated is basically people are no longer engaged locally where it impacts them the most. You would think like the presidential elections have the biggest impact on you, but it's actually your local elections right there in your backyard that affect you immediately. Becoming a part of that and making the change you want to see happen in your community is actually a big way to reverse some of this degeneracy. And build communities or community resilience that doesn't depend on government services. Know your rights and be prepared to defend them. And diversify geographically if possible. Don't tie your future to a single jurisdiction. And pay your taxes, but optimize legally, of course. They'll take everything if you let them. Now, with information, you want to develop strong information literacy. Verify everything before trusting these days. Almost every single source could be compromised. Everything could be a psyop. Everything could be social programming or social engineering of some sort. You have to dig deep to see where the sources come from and is there any money involved. Most of the time, the answer is yes to one or both. Seek primary sources, not just interpretations. Read for your fucking self. Build a diverse information diet that challenges your assumptions. Try to be a well-balanced person. I know a bunch of you in here are conservative, but also read what's happening on the liberal side just to get a full picture of who's playing who and what narratives are they pushing on each, conservative and liberal, Democrat or Republican. The more you see, the clearer a picture you get. And support independent journalism that answers to readers, not advertisers. Develop your own thinking instead of outsourcing it to authorities. And then for lastly, I have community. It's build relationships based on genuine connection, not institutional affiliation. So for the institutional affiliation, basically, if you say you're a Democrat or Republican today, it's basically like you are that for life, and it's party loyalty above all. And even if you don't agree with something, you must support our team, our side, our cause. It's bullshit. People are far more complex than just, being affiliated with a side. We could be, socially liberal, but we could be fiscally conservative. You don't have to be socially conservative also, or the vice versa. You could be a liberal who supports, the Second Amendment gun rights and all that stuff. We're complex. People fall on different sides of the issue, but most of us are pragmatic and would like to be somewhere in the center. Create or join small, high trust groups with shared values. Hello, everybody in here right now. Contribute to community resilience through practical skills and resources. And lastly, recognize that true community is something that you build, not something that you join. Okay, so the new loyalty is horizontal, not vertical. The death of institutional loyalty doesn't mean the end of all loyalty. It means we need to redirect it. The most valuable loyalty is now horizontal, to individuals you actually know and trust, to small communities with genuine accountability, to principles that stand regardless of institutional backing. This isn't about becoming a lone wolf. Humans need community and connection, but that community needs to be based on actual relationships and genuine reciprocity, not faceless institutional affiliations. The institutions that shaped the 20th century are either dead or dying. They're zombies walking around pretending they still matter. The smart play isn't to try to revive them, it's to build something better to replace them. So stop giving your unconditional loyalty to organizations that see you as nothing more than a resource to extract value from. They don't deserve it, and that misplaced loyalty is keeping you trapped in a game where the rules are rigged against you. And with that, I open up to everybody else. Or I should read this first before I go to everybody. It says, Edwin responded, he said, in workplaces, AI is no longer a great to know or what gets you ahead. It's becoming a requirement. So he says, hey, have you worked in the industry for 10 years? Do you know how to use AI? No, thank you. Your 10 years are worthless now. There's a leaked memo, he said, from the Shopify CEO. Before asking for more headcount, teams must demonstrate why they cannot get what they want done using AI. No point in caring about a company's loyalty when they won't be loyal to you. That's what Edwin responded, but I'll open it up to everybody else. Thoughts?
The college I went to, they were really more into like their numbers and like how quickly they could push students through. In my experience, I remember trying to really emphasize getting an internship because that's one of the big things to help you prove that you've actually got work experience. But no, my advisor was hell bent on like, we want to try to get you to graduate on time. It's like, oh yeah, an internship's going to put you back another 3 to 4 months, but no, we want you to graduate. We'd like to see you graduate on June. It's like they're not really out for the student. They're out to make their numbers look good. So like when people look at they'd be like, oh, okay, your average time of graduation is a year and a half for a master's degree. But yet, if you don't have that internship, it's like a master's degree. It's going to end up hurting you more than not having a degree. It's like you can't even find a job at McDonald's because they're going to be like, well, this guy's got a master's degree. He's going to just pack up his bags and leave as soon as he's better. Or if you find a job if you try to find a job that's like even unrelated, be like, well, you have to like almost explain yourself. Well, it's like my degree was like really heavily research based. So it's kind of like, it becomes almost like completely useless. It's like, what's the point of going for a degree if they're not going to teach you actual on the job skills?
Yeah. It's a business that unfortunately, well, yeah, they run it like a business so that by the time you graduate, you're basically pushed out the door extremely fast. They pad all their stats. And meanwhile, employers are looking at you like you have no stats whatsoever, as if you never even went to college. They have to train you up. Yeah, they have to train you up for every job because they think, well, they automatically assume. I've heard from multiple people who do a lot of hiring for the companies they work for, mid-level and higher level guys. And every time they're talking to potential candidates, they say all the new people that are coming in under them, clueless completely. All the graduates have zero experience that the companies are looking for and have to train them in their systems or whatever it is that they're using from scratch. So it's like a lot of people are coming in asking like, what's the point? Should we even look for college degrees in candidates anymore? Or is it better that you have some firsthand experience even playing with whatever software programs that were implemented in the company? It's insane. Yeah, it's a complete disconnect from what they're teaching versus what's actually applicable in the job market. Unless you're something specialized. So I think like college is mostly a scam. Unless you go into some form of specialized education, think doctor or lawyer, or, engineer, shit like that. Then fine, like you
Or like
need.
accounting is like another one because like you need
Yeah.
a specific number of credits to go for your CPA certification.
Exactly. Yeah. You need some form of certification or professional accreditation of some sort. Like that's what college is for, not for fucking majoring in history or whatever other bullshit, gender studies or, but whatever. The
Yeah, like
guys are using like crappy business degrees to say they went to college. Like, let's be real. You have to have something
it's like they
that's
say like
STEM related.
Yeah, they say like any degree that ends in studies, you're basically wasting your time.
Pretty much. Yeah, but they don't teach you this because again, it's a shuttle from getting as many people from college as you possibly can while they don't really know what the fuck they want to do. And they pressure you too. You know, everybody got pressured by the counselor or your teachers in high school and like, do you know what you want to do? You should know what you want to do before you go to college and start applying right now. The fuck these kids have no idea. But that's the machine that's working. It's like push as many people through college as possible on government loans. It's all guaranteed by Big Daddy. And then you wake up one day and you're like 100K or so in debt. You got a mortgage on your back and you just graduated. Like, good luck. What a head start you're getting in life. It's fucking criminal.
For me, I kind of trusted my gut when I was younger, and I went to like a 9-month program for IT just to get my foot in the door.
Mhm.
And by the age of 22, I started working in IT, and I noticed that the people that were coming in after me, I would have to train them. And
Mhm.
when like getting to know their story, they went to college for 4 years and all, and you know we were kind of in the same boat, but they had like a huge loan that they had to pay off, and I didn't. And I just saw like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, the difference between me and them is that I went to a 9-month program for IT, you know, just to learn, just to get straight to like the hands, like the hand-on training.
Mhm.
And then I got my foot in the door in IT, and I got better as the years went by. And not only that, but I was training people who went to a 4-year college. So yeah, and later on, I got more certs and stuff like that, and you know, so yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Can you
perfect
guys hear me
sense.
now?
Go
Oh,
ahead.
Okay.
one of the things that I noticed was business politics. I see that there are people that do form like a clique within the
Mm.
company. And if you're not part of that clique, and if the people that are in that clique, if one is the vice president, the other one's a manager, a director, then you're pretty much like they are the ones that decide who gets to join their clique, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of that. But one of the things that I've noticed is like, I mean, if you're a hard worker, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have to it will take years for you to climb that ladder.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I'll say like business politics is a huge part of it all.
Yeah. I wanted to ask the guys
You
here
know,
since there's a lot of pressure about this kind of conversation in the mainstream about, company loyalty and you have to jump ship every 2 years in order to get a decent raise and what else? Like benefits and just anything in general to up your skills and salary by tremendous amounts require leaving a company instead of being a company man, so to speak. So, do you guys feel this pressure of having a second income source or branching out on your own and starting your own business, whether it's like consulting or whatever company that you want to start? If you're the company yourself, let's say you're doing, something like IT work, you could be doing all the consulting yourself. Or if you're working with the trades, you are the business, or starting a business where you have employees, later down the line. How many people are actually like, do you feel pressured to go that direction?
I mean, I
Sure.
see that for I'm sorry, yeah, go.
No, you good, you good. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I've seen that there's companies who I think it's a good sign. There are some companies that are realizing that family comes first, and they're trying to have this family friendly environment where it's like we understand that you're a human being, and we're looking at you as a human being, and we're not trying to look at you as just another number.
Mm,
And at least they're trying to portray it. But I actually, in the company that I work for, they actually back that up pretty well. But it's the how you say, uh, I mean, it's a lot of details, but the point is that I've seen that there's some companies that are more like that. Meanwhile, there's others that they just look at you like just a number, pretty much.
yeah.
So yeah, but it all goes back to the click, pretty much that mentality where it's like the director, you know who he is, and the vice presidents and so forth, and all that. But if you don't know who they are and they don't really know who you are and what you're all about, then they're just gonna look at you as like another number.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm,
Yeah. Yeah, but I joke about my coworker all the time. He and I are the hardest working people here, and we get all the shit. Meanwhile, the other two guys who don't do shit get all the praise because they know how to just the way he likes it. So, yeah, it's politics everywhere you go.
100% correct. I
And I
work
know
in
for
something
I know
too.
for a lot of companies they
Crazy.
how you say like because you were asking Bo about if you're looking at it from the perspective of the company itself.
mm,
It's like they're looking at their quotas. So if they make up like a 5-year goal or let's say like a yearly goal and they're not meeting their quota and they say, well, there needs to be a rift, then guess what? They're gonna see who's not performing enough. They're going to see who's getting paid the most and who
mm,
could we replace. They're gonna see who's older, and you know what I'm saying. So they're gonna look at all those details, and they're gonna and then they're gonna make a decision of okay, well, this person's gonna be part of this riff
mhm,
because this is our goal, and in order for us to reach our quota, we cannot have these many employees. So at that point, you're going to be looked at as just a number.
Yeah. And knowing that, are you pressured into going in your own direction? Because like you're only safe until you're not, right? One day you
Yeah,
won't be.
I spoke with a few of my friends outside of work, that they're engineers and different levels. And we're all ready. Like, it's like we built up our skills throughout the years, and again, certs and so forth. The good thing about the IT field is that it's so broad and it's getting even broader, because you have servers, the firewalls, the routers, the switches, you have the application. There's so many things you can do. So as the years go by, you have to improve with your skills and your knowledge.
Mm.
Yes, and then the AI thing is happening.
Mhm.
But I do see that we're still not at the point where it's like AI is going to replace us completely. And if it does, then that's where coding and programming is going to come into the picture. Where yes, I have to learn about that and how to configure, because at the end of the day, in order for AI to work, there needs to be people in IT that know AI.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole world within, and I work at a Knox, so I focus at the routers, switches, the access points, but I'm also learning about the servers, the firewalls, and all that stuff. And yes, you could jump ship, and it
Gotcha.
pays well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the film industry is having the opposite approach to that. Well, and kind of the same, because a lot of shit's getting outsourced, and I dealt with this garbage back in 2014. Everything was getting shipped to India. So it's like, oh, you want this $100 million movie done? Let's do all the fucking work in India. The problem is they get 70% of the way there, and then all the bullshit comes back to the US and has to be fucking fixed.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a pain in the ass. And I'm like, well, why do you waste all that money to begin with when you could have just got it done the right way the first time? So again, goes back to a couple of these guys' points. You put all this hard work in and you get overlooked, and the people that are dragging their asses get all the praise, and they're doing all the partying and shit. So that was kind of like the first 10 years of myself in that business. And to answer your question, Bo, yeah, I'm looking for other areas to get out because AI is taking over. A lot of people are scared of that when it comes to the film industry and animation. So that's kind of like my indication to have other skills on the sideline. So AI is definitely something that I've been integrated in trading. So that's what I've been doing. And
Nice.
yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but I think if you're putting a lot of that front end work in, like after your day job, it's going to make a difference over a period of time.
I agree. I think we're going into a
Alright.
class of two people where it's like the ones that know how to use AI even in their day-to-day life, and they'll get really far ahead, or use it as a self-teaching tool because it's basically your teacher at
it's gonna
professor
be AI
level right in
versus no
front of you,
AI, exactly.
access the entire time. Yeah, so it can teach you advanced concepts. They could teach you how to do things from scratch, and you can apply this directly into your life. Like the people that are utilizing it just to have little conversations are the apes, and the people that are using it to actually advance their skills and learn new skills and apply them in their business and make it the like wonder assistant that could do everything and anything you need. These are the people that are going to have like maximum level of productivity, and they're going to dominate society. We're going to be in a two-tier system of the people that know how to use this shit and the people that get left behind.
Early adopter.
Yeah, big time, dude. Big time.
Yeah.
And if you don't check every DEI box, you're just heavily disadvantaged too, depending on what field you're in.
Yeah, forget DI. At this point, if you don't have AI down, and most of these like white collar, pencil pushing, mid-level jobs are all going to disappear. Only the highly specialized that have like real skills and huge amounts of experience, or very like niche skills in a certain thing, or those guys at the top, not the coders, but the engineers of the software will still remain. But the like code monkey stuff, for example, like, hey, go clean up this code and do some basic maintenance here. The AI will take care of that. That kind of shit. Like for lawyers, same shit. You don't need the person under you anymore, your assistant, to just like check the brief anymore and all. The AI will check it in seconds and fix any errors. Like all this shit, there's so many jobs that are going to disappear in the mid-level that people really don't know what the fuck's coming down the pipeline. Okay. And if you don't use this to teach you a sort of like a specialized skill, specializing is where the big bucks are going to be in the future, because being a jack of all trades does not pay anymore. Not anymore. Not in the corporate life, not with the advent of AI. You'll see, dude. Anybody that's just very average at everything, the average will be replaced by the AI, and only the specialized with highly special skills applicable in their fields will still remain. And they'll just utilize AI, to boost their specialization. They'll become even better. And this is society we're headed in. People have no idea. It's going to get really bad, dude. And you're going to get surprised because it comes down the pipeline extremely quickly. Where like the first iteration of ChatGPT was ass. Now we're about to be on the fifth iteration. When that comes out, who knows what that's like? But China's making advances, and everybody's starting to make advances. And 10 years from now, guys, I mean, we're kind of against the clock here. I'm not trying to scare people, but there's a sense of urgency that our world is going to be radically different. Like when the iPhone hit the scene, You know, look at the first iPhone and then 10 years later. And then society was dramatically changed. You had this fucking crazy thing in your hand that changed everybody's life. It was a miniature computer in your hand. Okay. Everything changed. AI will be the same. The first few iterations are dog shit. Whatever. They're pretty cool. They wow you because they could talk better than any chatbot could. And hey, they're getting good at video now. Oh my God. Image generation's gotten really solid over the last month. What do you think's coming next, man? They're going to be able to design full fucking comics. They're going to be able to make entire movies, like animations for you. Adobe just had a AI assisted tool that just came out. You could draw something in 2D and it could replicate it in a 3D mesh, so that they showed it was like a guy, I think, holding a sword fighting a dragon, right? It was just a very basic 2D cartoon. And then they did this 3D mesh on the little figure that's holding a sword, and they could just twist him on the screen to face the dragon. It's like, do you have any idea what's coming down the pipeline? Wait, dude, society is going to change dramatically when this shit actually goes through enough iterations. And that, from what we've seen from technology prior, we got about a good 10 years. That's it.
I think that it's all going to come down to the people voting, because if the government, how you say, like, is again, it's the looking at society at a human level, and the people getting to choose. Okay, well, we're going to use the AI, but we're only going to allow it to do X, Y, and Z, and then the other stuff is going to be for the people to do. Because I mean, but I don't know. I think it's going to take about, I don't know how many years, but it's going to take a little bit more, because I think the generations that are living today, they're not ready for coding. They're not ready for that. But I do see a lot of schools for kids to teach them how to code and all that. And I think those type of jobs are going to take over, because again, there's going to be the AI, but there's going to be the people that are going to be trained to support AI, and those are going to be the new jobs.
Yeah, people are like, oh, well, Trump wants to bring back manufacturing. And I'm like, when he does, or if he does, watch how fast those plants turn into just robotic meshes. Work on robots in the back. Because that's basically like Amazon. They're going to deliver to Amazon, pick up from Amazon. When you go inside the warehouse, sure, people are like moving shit. Maybe they're loading like the trailers and stuff. Most of the hard work is done by by all the ramps and stuff inside Amazon. It's all done internally by the robots, and it scans it, ships it a different way, sends it to a certain door to be loaded into a container or a dry van. And then eventually that'll be no one loading that, but like some kind of robotic mesh that they decide to put in.
We're already there. It's even worse than you think. Look up dark factories in China. They're fully robotic. The lights are off.
Well, they have a fully robotic. The union at sports to try to push back, because there's only one port in California that's automated, and it goes way faster than any port ran by unions. And that's just because I know how unions are, and they're just like lazy ass people who just want to get paid a lot for doing nothing. At least the ones I've seen. So
yeah. Even if you're a hard worker, even if you're moving as fast as you can't beat an automated system. That's just the reality of it. Like when it comes for productivity and profit, the machine wins always. It never gets tired, it never goes on break, it never stops. You can't beat that.
Yep.
Like
Sure.
you're just at a
Sure,
disadvantage.
Paul Henry run, but he won at the cost of his life.
Yeah. So, but
Labor's
if you guys
always
if you Google the dark factories in China and check them out, they're fully robotic, like high tech factories. They're not shitty little, like fully automated robotic shit you see out of fucking Japan. When you think of it, they're all dark. There's no lights, and they're assembling advanced products with only needed. What do you need? Yeah, and all you need is an engineer to go check the robots, program the shit that's needed to get programmed, and general maintenance of a warehouse, clean this shit up, and procure and deliver raw materials. That's really it for assembly. Like, that's fucking crazy, dude. We're already there. It's just at scale, it's coming. That's where the disruption is, when it's at scale. Which, I mean, if we want to compete, let's be honest, there's countries that are willing to do, like, the unions are fighting off automation, let's say, and all the docks, but for how long? Because everybody else in the rest of the world will be fully automating everything. And then are we going to be the only ones left behind? Or there'll be moral questions that we'll have about, like, well, should AI be doing this job or that? Other countries won't. And so we'll fall behind it. It's like Pandora's box has already opened. You're not going to have any like rail guards for some of the crazier shit that AI will end up doing, think medical and all that. Even if people have moral issues with them, because you're going to lose. Other countries will. So you have to, by definition.
So in this video, we're going to talk about why you can't let go of your ex. And this is a lesson that I learned that helped me so much to release some of the attachment to this person that I'm thinking about in my life, one of my exes. And it was such a profound shift. So I'm hoping that when you hear this, you'll go, oh yeah. and you'll be able to resonate with this. So as with all of my videos, I'm sharing from my experience, and I really, really know what it's like to go through an awful breakup, to be with someone who's avoidant, to feel really small and discarded and horrible, and yet still want that person to come back and still want them to see you and accept you and tell you all the things that you need to hear. And through my own journey, I have learned so much that this is why I'm doing these videos, because these things have helped me to release a lot of my own pain and attachment. So before I get into this video, I would like to let you know that my Heartbreak Healers Club is starting on the 26th of February, which is a Saturday at 7:30 p.m. UK time, and it's for anybody who wants support going through a breakup, or maybe whether it was recent or old or whatever situation you still feel attached to that's causing you pain. This club is going to be where you're going to find connection, community, healing, really start to find closure within yourself to help you move forward. And whether that's with this person or with someone new, you're not going to stay in the same place, and this is what this club is all about. So if you'd like to join, you can find information in the link below. So, okay, this is the light bulb moment that I had that was so huge. And I was talking about it in the Conscious Creators group last night as well. So when I met my ex-partner, I literally felt like I woke up from this hazy dream of never fully wanting anyone, never fully being wanted. I just felt wanted for the first time ever. And this person said to me things like, you're so beautiful, you're magic, you're so special, you're unique, you're perfect for me, you're so perfect for me. And it made me feel, maybe for the first time in my life, really good about myself. And I felt really seen and really positive about me. And I thought that I was feeling in love with him, but actually when you think about it, I was just feeling really in love with myself. Like I felt really, really good about myself because he was mirroring to me things about me that had been there all along that I had never had access to seeing because people hadn't mirrored those things to me in my life before. I'd just been kind of coasting and drifting and getting through life, often in, survival mode. And then someone came along and said all these things that maybe I suspected were true but never had the words for. And it was literally like being mirrored. Wow, you're amazing. You're so important. You're so valuable in this world. And you're so full of love and magic. And it was like, I love how I feel about myself while I'm with this person. So, like I say, all of these attributes about me had always been there. I had always had that capacity to be that person who I was around this person, but no one had ever mirrored it to me, not even in my childhood. So I didn't know that I had access to it until this person showed me who I could be. But the thing is that I attached me being that way to him. I attached me being able to be magic and beautiful and special and unique to him. So I thought that I could only be like that around him, and therefore thought, I need him. I need him to come back. I need him in my life. I can't be this way that I've only ever experienced with him unless he is there. And he gave me a gift in being able to feel a beautiful way about myself. And the problem was that I thought that it was him and his presence that made that possible. And so the real shift is being able to see all he did was show me parts of me that were already there, that I'm allowed to be now, that I'm allowed to be whenever I want, that that's who I am. And it wasn't him that made me feel that way. It was him just showing me a mirror of who I really was. So essentially, it wasn't so much about him. It was about how I felt about myself. And the thing is that what we do is we give these people so much power to give us the permission to be who we want to be. So a really good question that you can ask yourself is, who was I around this person that felt so great? Because this person couldn't jump into your body and make you feel or be anything. They could only show you who you are. So how were you being that made you feel so good? And often it's open, loving, connected, carefree, creative, magical. Like, who were you being around this person that made you feel so good about you? Because you have permission to be that now, even if this person is not around. They just gave you the gift of showing you who you really are. And when you kind of cut the cord of thinking that you can only be that way and be that person if they're there, you realize that you don't actually need them so much anyway. And often a belief that people are walking around the earth with is, I'm not lovable. I'm just not lovable. I'm not special. I'm just walking around like trying to get through life. I'm not any of these things that these persons showed me I am, unless they say I am. And in doing that, you're literally just giving away all of your power to this person. But all they've done is literally say, hello, I'm just showing you this. That's it. They don't get to have that power over your life when you take it back. So can you look at who you were being with this person and look at how you felt about yourself with this person and decide today that you're going to give yourself permission to know that that's who you really are, whether they're there or not. They can't take it away from you. They can't give it to you. They can't take it away, right? So you've got the information that that's who you are. Now you get to be it. And this for me was such a huge, like, wow, it wasn't even them. It was me that I loved. It was me. And I now have got to give myself permission to love myself like that every day. And thank you to this person for showing me who I really am, you know? And yes, obviously we want to be able to like have connection and to love and to like share that with people. That's part of like human nature. We all want that. But a lot of the pain that people experience when a relationship ends is that they've attached the person that they wanted to be to this person. And I remember like in one of the breakups that I had, I remember feeling like really sad because I'd experienced myself for the first time being so selfless and so loving and so open-hearted and so caring about others, whereas before I'd been living my life being in survival mode, like only really thinking about how I could defend and protect myself. But when I was around this person, all of that dropped because I felt a sense of like belonging and safety or something. But that safety was just a mirror of who I really was. And so it kind of like, you know, when I was in that situation, I a lot of my barriers and a lot of my walls came down for me to be able to access the person that I really want to be. And when I started going, you know what, I actually feel better about myself when I'm open when I'm loving to everybody, then things started to feel, I started to feel more secure and take his actions less personally because he was just being who he was, which was like, you know, it made me think, oh wow, I'm the catch. Like, this person's great, but they're not that great because they've just literally discarded me, acted in a really unkind way, and I would never do that, you know? So it's like being able to see who you are and taking the information that you got from this relationship and giving yourself permission to be that now. The other thing about this is that for a long time, I literally felt this feeling of I want something from this person, but I don't know what it is. And I intuitively knew that this person couldn't give me the thing that I was wanting him to give me, but I just couldn't put my finger on it. And it led to loads of arguments. It led to me being really controlling. It led to me wanting him to change. It led to me literally trying to manipulate the situation, being very defensive, very critical of the way this person was being. I couldn't love this person as they are because I was always trying to get them to show me that reflection again. It felt like if they weren't the way that I needed them to be, then I didn't feel good about myself. So essentially, I was chasing, trying to fix everything, trying to say, why did you talk to me like that? Never setting boundaries because I was so desperate for this person to just give me that reflection again. Tell me that I'm beautiful. Tell me that you love me. Tell me that I'm special. Talk to me in a way that you did before so that I can know that I'm enough. And it was all of my behavior was based on trying to get that mirror back because I didn't have it in myself. So essentially, this is like codependency. If you're not the way that shows me that I'm good enough, then I'm going to need you to change, which isn't love, is it? It's not. That's literally a kind of warped type of situation where nobody can see things clearly and it's all about control and it's all about this feeling within ourselves that we're not lovable and we're not enough. So this became my part in the downfall of that relationship, was that I was really trying to get this person to just be the way they were before so that I could know that I was enough. And that led me to all of these behaviors that then pushed this person away even more. And I could not love and accept them as they were. Why? Because I couldn't accept myself. Okay? I couldn't accept that things as they were. Because if I'd been able to accept them as they were, I might have said, I give up on this mirror, on this person that I think is the only route to me feeling good about myself. And I was terrified of doing that because I had no emotional resources within myself to be able to know that I was good enough anyway. I was already beautiful and special and important and magical. I was all of those things anyway. So instead, trying to desperately control this person to see me, love me, talk to me in a kind way, just so that I could know. But when you already know that, you're able to look at the situation and go, okay, can I give this person a bit of grace for being the way they are? Or is this just simply just not what I want? You know, you're able to see things a bit more clearly like that. But when you don't have the resource in yourself to know that the way they're being is not personal, then you end up trying to manipulate it, which leads to arguments and chasing and trying to make them be the way that's going to make you finally feel good about yourself. But when you hand over your power like that, you are powerless. And so this is how we get back our power, in knowing that all along they never had the power to tell you or to show you that you were good enough. They literally just showed you something in the first place that was already true, and you attached that feeling to them as if they were the ones that made you feel like it, but they weren't. They just uncovered part of you that was already there all along. So yeah, this was a really big moment for me, because it made me realize not only why I felt the way that I felt with this person, why I felt so stressed, why I always wanted to control this person, why it never felt like I could never settle, why I felt so anxious, but it also made me realize like why I had behaved the way that I behaved in the relationship, which gave me so much clarity for the future about how I can show up in my relationship and with people, so that it can become authentic and organic and natural, rather than a whole thing of like control and manipulation, basically. So like I say, the avoidant is people who shut down and all these things, like they have their own toxic patterns, but equally people who are anxious often have really low self-worth, and the behaviors that they use to try and remedy that is often very controlling, which then feeds into this loop of the avoidant going, stop trying to change me, stop trying to control me, and all this kind of shit, which is never the intention, and it's not supposed to be like that, but it comes across that way because actually you are trying to control this person, you are trying to change them, because unless they are the way that you want them to be, you're not going to feel good about yourself, you know. And that has to change within you, and when you change, the world changes, and so you have to take responsibility for your side of the street rather than blaming the other person, because yes, they showed you toxic behaviors, I'm not saying it's okay, but your drive to control it was also part of the problem, and you've just got to own that. You just got to own it, and when you do, you get all your power back, and you start to see that you were good enough all along and it was nothing to do with them, and you can set that free and just see what occurs in your life. So let me know what you think about this. If you have any questions, let me know. If you'd like to come to the Heartbreak Healers Club,
I need a
you can
mount.
find out information in the link below, or the Conscious Creators Masters Academy, which is starting again in June. There are currently 11 spaces left. I'd love to see you there, and I'll see you in the next video.
Oh shit, it's random.
Your angels have been working overtime. This is not a joke. This is not a test. This is not a drill. Yep. Toodaloo passed. You are leaving people in the dust. This is going to be the biggest purge ever. Oh, you want to know the math? You're going to make a lot of mucho. There's a lot of moolah coming your way. This finds you 2 hours before it all
Her
happens.
eyes are
People will
crazy,
be
dude.
groveling
What
at
the
your
fuck?
feet, trying to apologize, trying to make amends, asking for forgiveness, and trying to do you favors. My handy dandy calculator says you are standing on millions, walking towards millions. You're standing on a gold mine. You are standing on business. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited. Don't be shy. You have officially humbled everyone watching. This is a big, like, aha, or I told you so type of moment, but you don't need to say that at all. So as you were standing on literal business, literal millions, on a gold mine, someone here is also receiving thousands in the next 60 days. So you could be receiving a sum in the next 2 weeks, and then another sum in the next month, and then within that 60 days, it's going to be damn near 20 bucks. 20 bucks. 20,000. 20,000. My bad.
What the fuck is she talking
So,
about?
as you're receiving thousands, this is just to show you, okay, this isn't a pump fake, this isn't a prank or a gag. This is to show you, don't stop what you're doing. Don't stop believing in what you're doing. Not to be corny, not to be cheesy, but literally don't stop what you're doing, because you are on the right path. I know a lot of you guys don't see this coming, but you will know if this is yours. You will just know. You are in a class of your own, so don't be shy. Step right up. That's what I was channeling. Comment below, you're talking to me. You're talking to me, claimed. Then I heard, boom, goes the dynamite. Your angels are coming in full force. Because there's a hardship, okay? There is a slight hardship. Slight? You know what I mean. There's a hardship that you are dealing with, and you feel like, I got this. It's not going to be that bad. I can handle this. But it kind of takes you for a ride, and this is to show you specifically how hard your angels ride for you. To show you, hey, you've been on the whole path the right time, or the whole time, and just because there's a little kink in this chain doesn't mean that, like, you're not supported. This is to show you that you, in fact, are supported, especially this week. You are going to see your angels moving. I mean, like, that it's just wound, the energy is wound up. It's like, oh my gosh, let's go, gloves off, training wheels off, let me at them. You are showing everyone, this is how it's done. This is how it's done. And you yourself are very humble. So even though you're going through this hardship, it might not be the most glamorous situation, but you are still showing people the power of your strength, the power of your testimony. Watch the magic unfold. There's magic unfolding day to day for you this week from the time that you see this message, 2 hours from the time that this message finds you. Watch strangers come to your aid. Watch your angels come to your aid. Watch the people that give a flying do about you. You feel what I'm saying? All you have to do is tune in. Whoever I'm speaking to, you are very tapped in to the divine, to God. And so all you have to do to win and to constantly be successful is be yourself and move towards your purpose. Every time you're moving in your purpose and you're listening to God, there is no way for you to not be successful. And that is why this is coming in. All of this math, all of this money, this is why you're standing on a gold mine. This is to show you that money isn't going to stop. We are not going to turn off that faucet. You are finally tapping in. Don't stop what you're doing. And now you're getting ready for a purge and a reset. So there might be a slight hiccup. You could have already gone through it, or you could have gone through it today. In 2 hours from the time that this finds you, you will be excited about this purge, excited about how your angels are showing up for you and how perfect strangers are showing up to your aid. And I also have like a little story time about that as well. This is how you are showing up right now. And you might not feel like this, like as confident, but it's growing. It's growing in you today as you stand on business. It is growing within you today as you release the anxiety and the fear and just the scarcity. You are not limiting yourself
Dude, I hate
anymore.
these games, so many buttons.
It is okay to face fear and be like, oh, I don't know. Oh. You know what I mean? And then be like, no, I got this. No, I got this. Might get loud in here for a minute, might scream a little bit, but I got this. So there's something that you're pouring out, okay? You're like, I don't want that in my cup. There was poison. There was some type of toxin in your surroundings, and it needed to be let go. It needed to be dumped out. And it kind of looks like she's dumping out hot lava. You feel me? And then when I asked for confirmation, this is what I got. The purge. Like, can't make it up. You guys don't see this money coming. And this is to help you get out of debt so you can get bigger things. So if you missed the message before this, go and watch that. That will be your prequel. This will be your extended. 2 hours from the time that you see this message, you are going to realize that you are so freaking loved. You are going to realize that you really are standing on millions. You're standing on a gold mine. Keep standing on business. Fortune favors you. God favors you. You have been asking, what am I so afraid of? Like, I've already got this. Like, I'm going to be fine. Your opportunities are here for the taking. This is such a transformative week for you. You are coming up with new ideas, new strategies. You are excited about the work moves that you're making, and the divine forces. This is the biggest confirmation. The divine forces are showing you the way to go. You are discovering another piece of your destiny and your purpose in life. At first, you were feeling stuck, like, I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know if this is even right. I don't even know anymore. But if you've been watching my messages and you've been resonating with what I've been telling you, there's so much magic unfolding in your life. I love reading your guys' comments. Like, it gets me so excited. I literally read a message about, I read a comment a couple hours ago, and it said, thank you so much. Me and my best friend have been watching your channel for the past week. And right after we saw your message, we got an email or notification that said we were owed thousands. The both of us were owed thousands at work after they watched my message. So I love reading your guys' confirmations. Like, it helps so much. Like, it helps.
And
Am 21. April erwartet uns ein sehr, sehr harter Aspekt, was ich genau damit meine, womit wir hier rechnen können und warum dieses Video hier sehr, sehr, sehr wichtig ist, vor allen Dingen jetzt in der Vorbereitungsphase. Und wir auch schon hier so ein kleines Vorgeschmäckle bekommen haben, werde ich dir in diesem Video sehr gerne erklären. Wenn ich harten Aspekt sage, dann meine ich tatsächlich einen harten Aspekt. Und zwar ist die Rede vom Saturn, welcher am 21. April diesen Jahres eine Konjunktion, eine krasse Konjunktion eingehen wird, und zwar mit dem nördlichen Mondknoten oder auch besser bekannt als Rahu, der Kopf des Drachen, eingehen wird in 26 Grad Fische. Und als wenn das noch nicht genug wäre, gesellt sich jetzt auch noch die Venus da hinzu. Das ist eine Dreierkonjunktion. Sehr, 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 sehr stark. Was können wir hier erwarten? Vielleicht nochmal ganz kurz die technischen Details, um dich abzuholen. Diese Themen, die ich jetzt hier aufgreifen werde, sind auf jeden Fall sehr, sehr wichtig und betreffen uns alle. Aber betreffen die uns ja alle unterschiedlich gleich stark, weil wir alle unterschiedliche Bewusstseinszustände haben. Ich bin nicht müde, das immer wieder zu erwähnen, weil das eben ganz, ganz wichtig ist. Ich bin der Meinung, am stärksten betrifft dieser harte Aspekt alle Tierkreiszeichen, alle variablen Tierkreiszeichen, also Fische, Jungfrau, Schütze, Zwilling, ja, wenn du jetzt zum Beispiel Sternzeichen bist in diesen variablen Tierkreiszeichen oder wenn ein Aszendent sich dort befindet, dein Mond ganz besonders stark, du eine Verdichtung von Himmelskörpern so in diesen Orbisgraden, ja, um die 26 Grad. Ich erlaube hier eine Orbis von so, naja, plus minus 3 Orbisgrade. Ja, dann betrifft dich das ganz, ganz besonders stark. Oder wir haben hier ganz wichtige Winkelpunkte wie Aszendent, Deszendent, Imum zu Eli, Medium zu Eli. Mathematisch berechnete Punkte wie, ganz, ganz wichtig, der nördliche Mondknoten. Ja, dann betrifft dich das ganz, ganz besonders stark. Und wenn du jetzt hier noch tiefer drauf einsteigen wollen würdest, würde ich jetzt beispielsweise sehr, sehr viel Sinn machen, mal zu schauen in 26 Grad Fische. In welches Haus fällt das dann? In deinem individuellen Horoskop, weil das Haus jetzt mal den Lebensbereich abzeichnet, in welchen all diese sehr heftigen Themen, die ich jetzt hier aufgreifen werde, in deinem individuellen Leben erfahren werden, dürfen, können oder besser gesagt, ja, ich weiß, ich will jetzt nicht so dramatisch sein und sagen, dass du es überleben wirst, ne? Aber es ist tatsächlich schon dramatischer Natur. Wie ich das genau meine, erkläre ich dir jetzt ganz gerne. Und zwar ist die Rede von Saturn, Konjunktion, nördliche Mondknoten, in Fische, Venus noch dazu. Lass uns mal eins nach dem anderen gehen. Also erst einmal, Saturn ist so mit eines der gefürchtetsten Himmelskörper, zu Recht. Aber vielleicht erkläre ich mal kurz, was mit dem Saturn auf sich hat, dann wirst du verstehen, warum wir hier ganz großen Respekt vor dem Saturn haben, weil der Saturn steht für den harten Richter, für den harten, aber fairen Richter. Ja? Steht für Karma, für Zeit, regiert sowohl über den Steinbock als eben auch über das Tierkreiszeichen des Wassermanns. Steht für Ordnung, Struktur, für die Gesellschaft, für die Autorität, für die Regierung oder die Regierenden, ja? Für den Vater, für die mächtige Instanz, für Status, für die Berufung. Im Großen und Ganzen aber für Ordnung, Struktur und Organisation. Ja, Saturn ist so der einzige Himmelskörper, der so eine Eklipse um den Planeten hat. Und diese Eklipse steht für eine Einschränkung, Beschränktheit, ja, so quasi konträr zum Jupiter zu verstehen. Jupiter so Expansion, Glück, Freude und Weite. Und der Saturn ist so gegenteilig, so sehr strukturiert, organisiert und mit dem gehobenen Finger, ja, zeigt er, nee, so geht das nicht. Wir müssen hier die Dinge sehr geordnet und strukturiert halten und steht aufgrund dessen eben auch für Karma, für den Schuldeneintreiber. Ja, Saturn sorgt für Ordnung und wenn es sein muss, das eben auch sehr, sehr hart. Und jetzt der nördliche Mondknoten, besser bekannt auch als Rahu, der Kopf des Drachen. Er hat sehr viel mit der Seelenlektion zu tun. Ne? Deine Seelenaufgabe, jetzt auf kollektiver Ebene quasi, wo wir uns seelisch hin entwickeln wollen. Was aber auch nicht viele verstehen, auf dem Schirm haben, ist, dass Rahu, der Kopf des Drachen, eigentlich keine so positive, schöne, sondern eher eine böse, dämonische Energie ist. Ja, ich will jetzt keine Angst machen, aber nichtsdestotrotz, auch wenn sie dämonisch böse ist, müssen wir trotzdem diese Energie und jetzt hier auf kollektiver Ebene gemeinsam meistern. Ne? Und die Gesellschaft besteht aus dem Einzelnen oder aus der Summe der einzelnen Individuen, also somit auch bist du ein Bestandteil der Gesellschaft und deswegen betrifft dich das eben auch sehr, sehr stark. Ne? Und da ist es jetzt so, der nördliche Mondknoten steht für Obsession, für wie wir uns auf kollektiver Ebene entwickeln wollen, wo wir aber auch aufpassen müssen, hier nicht getäuscht zu werden. Ja? Und quasi das Tierkreiszeichen, in welchem sich der nördliche Mondknoten befindet, meistern wollen und aber auch eben das Haus. Wenn du das jetzt bei dir individuell berechnen möchtest, dann wäre es sinnvoll, das Haus mal bei dir abzuchecken, weil das den Lebensbereich jetzt darstellt. So, und wenn jetzt der nördliche Mondknoten, was auch kein Himmelskörper, sondern ein mathematisch berechneter Punkt ist, ja, ist quasi so eine Art, so eine illusorische, obsessive, alles verschlingende, intensive Rauchwolke, so zu verstehen. Ja? Und die nebelt jetzt den Saturn quasi ein. Was heißt das jetzt? Und jetzt sind Fische. Fische ist auch illusorisch. Fische, da geht es um die Alleinheit, um Spiritualität, da geht es um das kollektive, Unterbewusste, ja, da geht es um Mitgefühl, Empathie, um die Alleinheit, das letzte aller Tierkreiszeichen und somit das spirituellste von allen, wo eigentlich alle Tierkreiszeichen miteinander sich verschmelzen. Ne? So. Und jetzt hier Saturn, Konjunktion, nördliche Mondknoten in Fische, das sorgt jetzt dafür, dass hier auf spiritueller Ebene hier die Lage übertrieben werden könnte, aber der Saturn quasi hoffentlich in deinem Fall für Ordnung sorgt, weil das ist eine zweischneidige Klinge hier. Ne? Also auf der einen Seite kann es sein, dass du jetzt hier einen spirituellen Durchbruch erfahren darfst, wo du lange Zeit vorher gut und viel Vorarbeit geleistet hast und jetzt aufgrund des karmischen Saturn hier Belohnung erhältst, oder du hast mal eben nicht deine Schulden bezahlt, hast oft Fluchtverhalten gelebt, Fische im Übrigen auch Fluchtverhalten, ja, Suchttendenzen und einfach so unangenehm aus dem Wege gehen. Ne? Hat auch damit zu tun. Ja, dann könnte das jetzt sehr, sehr, sehr anstrengend für dich werden. Ne? Und, aber was wir auch schon bereits erfahren haben, weil Saturn auch für die regierende Instanz oder Macht steht und somit für die Regierungen auf kollektiver Ebene, auf der ganzen Welt, ja, nicht nur im deutschsprachigen Raum, sondern eben überall. Was passiert da? Vielleicht, was damit zu tun haben könnte, ist auch ganz interessant, weil Fische hat ja auch so mit der Ferne zu tun, regiert auch mitunter gemeinsam mit dem Neptun das 12. Haus und mit Jupiter. Und das steht für ferne Reisen, weit weg, Übersee. Ja? Und jetzt im regierenden Kontext, zum Beispiel jetzt hier, kann man ja vielleicht mal politisch reingrätschen. Jetzt hier kürzlich, Donald Trump hat jetzt die Zölle verhangen, ne? Und das stellt jetzt die ganze Börse und die ganze Wirtschaft und die Finanzwelt auf den Kopf, ne? Und politisch eben auch. Das genau hat damit zu tun. Saturn hat sehr viel mit Politik, Wirtschaft und Finanzen zu tun, weil eben auch Ressourcenmanagement. Ne? Ganz, ganz wichtig. Und das hätte jetzt niemand für Möglichkeiten, dass das jetzt passieren könnte. Ne? Aber astrologisch hätte man das absehen können. Macht durchaus Sinn, dass das jetzt passiert. Bedeutet auf der einen Seite riesengroße Chance, um einen astrologischen Durchbruch zu erfahren, endlich aufzuwachen aus seiner Bubble, ja, oder weiß ich nicht, oder du bist schon länger aufgewacht und hast jetzt auch nachhaltig an dir gearbeitet, spirituell Verantwortung übernommen, weil Saturn hat sehr viel mit Verantwortung zu tun. Nur in dem Kontext fällt es uns jetzt allen recht schwer, eben im spirituellen Kontext Verantwortung zu übernehmen, weil diese nördliche Mondknoten Rahu Kopf des Drachenenergies, das alles so verschleiert, vernebelt, alles verschlingt, ja, und das alles sehr obsessiv werden lässt und wir Schwierigkeiten haben, hier einen Durchblick zu bekommen und wir recht desillusioniert in all diesen Themenbereichen sein könnten. Und jetzt gesetze ich noch die Venus dazu. Auch super krass, ja, eine Dreierkonjunktion. Venus, da geht es um Finanzen, Geld, Luxus, Erfolg, Kreativität, Harmonie, Diplomatie, Schönheit, Ästhetik, Partnerschaft, Liebe. Ne, wie man mit dem Du umgeht. So, und das alleine schon im harten Aspekt, weil eine Konjunktion ist ein harter Aspekt mit Saturn, das ist schon mal sehr, sehr, sehr heftig. Und das könnte implizieren, dass du jetzt hier irgendwie so eine Art Erwachen haben könntest, was dich so krass schockiert. Und diese Energie ist im Übrigen jetzt schon vorherrschend. Ja? So, aber am 21.04. erfahren wir hier den Höhepunkt und geht bis zum circa dem 25. Mai. Ja, da sind jetzt ziemlich viele heftige Erlebnisse zu erwarten, vor allen Dingen auf politischer, wirtschaftlicher Ebene zu erwarten, dass da recht viele heftige Dinge passieren, müssen wir aber hier aufpassen, dass wir vielleicht auch nicht all dem, was uns suggeriert wird, Glauben schenken wollen und nicht in so eine Art Panikmache verfallen. Ne? Ganz, ganz wichtig, weil hier die nördliche Mondknoten-Thematik sehr viel für Illusion steht, für Täuschung. Und jetzt im Fische, da geht es auch um Illusion, Täuschung, aber auch große Visionen, ja, Träume. Das ist eine zweischneidige Klinge, da kommt es darauf an, inwieweit du eben spirituell stabil, geordnet, verantwortungsbewusst aufgestellt bist. Da könntest du jetzt zum Beispiel eine sehr, sehr große Stabilität erfahren, positives Karma ernten quasi und du aufgrund dessen einen spirituellen Durchbruch erfahren und ja quasi so erleuchtende Erlebnisse haben. Wenn das aber bei dir nicht so gewesen ist, und ich bin der Meinung, bei den meisten ist das nicht so und interessanterweise, also guckt ja nicht jeder hier Astrologie auf YouTube, wie du jetzt zum Beispiel, ja, bin ich der Meinung, ist die Wahrscheinlichkeit recht groß, dass du zu diesen Menschen gehörst, die da schon so eine Art Vorarbeit geleistet haben oder wenn nicht, zumindest schon fühlen, was jetzt gerade so im Äther sich befindet an Energie. Mein Name ist Ryan Batena, ich bin Astrologe und möchte dir auf meinem YouTube-Kanal alles über die Astrologie beibringen, weil ich der Meinung bin, dass die Astrologie das mächtigste, stärkste Werkzeug dahingehend ist, um herauszubekommen, wer du wirklich bist. Erkenne dich selbst. Gnoti se auton. Ja, weil die Astrologie dir meiner Meinung nach am besten aufzeigen kann, wo sich eben deine Stärken, aber eben auch deine Schwächen, deine Verletzungen, deine Blockaden, deine Traumata, sogar deine unterbewussten Schattenthemen sich befinden, um diese infolgedessen aufzulösen, um dann gegebenenfalls an deine latenten Talente, verborgenen Fähigkeiten, Potenziale zu kommen, um diese dann gekonnt wiederum alle ja optimalerweise in dein Leben zu ziehen, diese dann dementsprechend dort zu integrieren, um dann infolgedessen ein sinnvolles, glückliches, selbstbestimmtes, eigenermächtigtes, ja möglichst sinnvolles, erfülltes, glückliches, friedliches Leben leben zu dürfen. Die Astrologie kann ja sogar die unglaubliche Frage beantworten, warum sich eine Seele dieses Seelenleben hier ausgesucht hat, tatsächlich in den richtigen, versierten Expertenhänden tatsächlich zu beantworten. Falls ihr aber die Muße und die Geduld fehlen sollte, dir all dieses astrologische Fachwissen, dir zum Beispiel über meinen Kanal dir anzueignen, kannst du auch einen sehr schlauen, direkten, cleveren Weg zu mir suchen, weil ich aufgrund meiner mittlerweile 12, eigentlich 15 Jahre, aber 12 sehr intensive astrologische Jahre der Erfahrung sowohl 1:1 als auch paarastrologische Beratung anbiete. Wenn dich das interessieren sollte, kannst du gerne hier runter in meine Videobeschreibung gehen. Dort findest du meine Kontaktdaten, kontaktiere mich und wir beide vereinbaren eben einen genau solchen persönlichen Beratungstermin. Da aber eine persönliche astrologische Beratung, genau, nun mal eben was sehr Persönliches ist, ein Mindestmaß an Vertrauen, aber vor allen Dingen ein gutes Gefühl erforderlich ist, biete ich jetzt schon seit geraumer Zeit ein kostenloses, unverbindliches 15-minütiges Kennenlernen-Erstberatungsgespräch an, aber eigens dafür ein Video verfasst. Das Video extra hier oben für dich verlinkt und dort mal ausführlich erklärt und beschrieben, was es genau mit meiner Person auf sich hat, wo ich herkomme, warum ich das hier tue, was ich tue, warum ich ganz besonders gut bin in dem, was ich hier tue und worin hier der ganz große Mehrwert für
Blablabla. Oops.
There is a return of things that you have lost in your life that are going to be coming back around. The Six of Pentacles here is really, really representing everything that you've put in, time, effort, even money, whether it's into a person or whether it's into a career. There is a bigger opportunity that's going to be manifesting, but it also seems to me like this person can come back around. So it seems to me like you're going to have some choices to make and some decisions to make, because the Six of Pentacles here represents choosing between two things, okay? Now, for those of you in your career, you've been maybe putting a lot of effort into work. You may find, okay, that maybe you're not being treated really well, you're not being respected enough, there's gossip or drama, or you're not being paid enough. What I see here is that within 6 months, not only will you find that this work environment gives you a new opportunity where you can earn more, but you may also find that there's another company or another, you might be starting your own business that actually provides more to you. So you will have to choose. The other thing I also see on the other side of the equation is that if you are in a relationship, or you were in a relationship where it wasn't great, it wasn't good, there is a person from your past that can come back around, but also within 6 months, a new person can come into your life that is absolutely unexpected. I'm telling you, there are some really unexpected things that are going to happen that you are going to be shocked, okay? Be prepared. Your phone is going to be buzzing, it's going to be ringing, it's going to be... There's activity, there's movement here that is going to happen, and it is going to be truly, truly spectacular and very shocking, because the Strength card here literally shows that all you have to do is be strong, hold your ground, have boundaries, know your worth, and boom, it happens, okay? It just happens.
It's that easy.
You see, some people disappear from your life because they're not strong enough to hold you. They're not strong enough to be there for you at that time because they themselves are not strong. The thing here is that if someone walked away from you, there's an energy of them coming back around, because look at this synchronicity. You've got here the infinity symbol here, and also here. What goes around comes back around, okay? You've also got the scales here as well. So what I really see is that if there was a person, okay, or, you really wanted to be with this person, or you really saw a future with this person, and then things sort of fell apart, nothing's really happening. It's because at that time they were incapable, or they could still be incapable of giving you what you actually need and what you actually want. And that can really frustrate you, and it can really hurt you, and it can really bother you, okay? It can really, really bother you, and it can really frustrate you so much to the point where it aggravates you. So Knight of Wands here is very, very powerful. Knight of Wands is very powerful because the Knight of Wands literally does represent physical attraction and physical chemistry. This person that I see coming back into your life is someone that is going to not be able to resist their urges, okay? Because they'll find you very physically attractive, they'll feel really connected to you, they'll feel very much a lot of passion towards you, a huge connection towards you, and at the same time, they will be very, very scared that you could give your amazing energy to someone else. Look at that, 10 of Wands. There's jealousy, there is regret, and there is a sense of sadness, of loss. Feeling burdened by losing you is something that's going to really hit them so hard that they won't be able to understand anything, but I have to come forward, okay? They'll be like, I have to come forward. I can't afford to lose you. I cannot lose you. I should not lose you. I really can't lose you, okay? And then the Four of Swords, having peace towards you, feeling connected to you, not wanting to run away from you, feeling like you are that person. And especially with the Four of Swords, this is that energy of, I need to make things work. I can't run away. I don't want to run away. I really like you. There is a sense of peace. There is a sense of understanding. There is a sense of respect, okay? Especially with the Knight of Swords, we see a very, very powerful energy, which is to do with movement, attraction, chemistry, communication.
My bowel
being
movement.
honest. They are going to be very honest with you. So we're going to have a look and see what they say to you as well. But trust me, this person comes very, very unexpectedly, very, very unexpectedly, because they suddenly have this fear of losing you. It suddenly clicks in their mind. I know it seems a bit strange, like, oh, Moonlight, but why didn't that click before for them? Like, why did it not click before? Why does it only click now? And I think the reason it only clicks now is because there's been enough space and time where they genuinely now feel like they're going to lose you. Okay, there's genuinely been some space and time, and because of that, with the Knight of Swords, they start to feel uncomfortable because
Where's my execute?
I
Where's
don't
my
think you're
execute?
necessarily like doing too much by like running, begging, chasing, you know? There's been enough time where they actually feel like maybe you're not going to come for me.
There's
Maybe we actually
execute.
won't be together. See, before I feel like you were always communicating, you were always doing things, you were always present. And there's been a change in that energy where you're no longer just the one running. You're not
I don't
the-
have
sorry,
brain
like after them. You're
left
not the
for
one
today,
chasing
like
after them. You're
zero,
not the one going after them. You're not the one doing everything
to fix
after
the
them. And because
hotkeys
you're the
or
one
any
that's
keys.
not
Like,
doing that,
yeah,
it's making them think 10 times
stuff gonna
harder as to
happen.
like, what should I do towards you? How should I come forward? What should I say? It's making them more uncomfortable, especially with the 8 of Pentacles. It's making them more uncomfortable. They know they need to work towards you. Okay, boom, there's that change. Unexpectedly, this person coming towards you. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune literally resembles here that this person literally goes through such a transformation that
unexpected
you will think to yourself,
person.
are you actually the same person? Why? Because they're working on themselves. So, you know, this is healing. This is understanding. This is learning. This is growing. They're doing a lot of self-work behind the scenes. And you'll see it. You'll see it in how they treat you. You'll see it in how they come across. You'll see it in how unbelievably caring they are towards you and your needs, and not being dismissive, not being rude, not being more about themselves. And you know, you'll genuinely feel like they actually do care about you and that they actually are, well, genuine. We have here soon, and we have I need time. Okay,
Look at this hunter.
so with this
Look
energy
at this
in regards
hunter.
to them needing time,
He jumps off his
and also
mount.
soon, obviously right now they are learning, growing, healing.
And they
And
emote
soon they will come
me.
to you. Okay. Now, when I look into soon, I see the next 6
This
months,
game
which
has no
is
change.
honestly so interesting that we had the 6 of Pentacles, because that was actually the time frame card, right?
That is
When I
hilarious.
look into the next 6 months, I look into what I see in your near future. So this will happen in your near future. Within the next 6 months, I see that this will happen for you. And I also see a new person that can come your way. So we'll have a look into that. But I just wanted to mention as well that if you wanted to purchase any personal services, rituals, items, readings, everything is on shopmoonlightguidance.com. There's thousands of 5-star reviews. There is rituals for love, money, marriage, career, success, beauty, justice, healing. There is the love for your highest good ritual. There is the
Dude, she's a
manifest your
machine,
specific
man.
person ritual. There are rituals for, gosh, so many amazing things like, you know, break no contact, express their feelings to you, protect the connection. There's amazing rituals which work with healing your energies, which allows your intention to take place. And there's also intention items like bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, candles, sage bundles, teas. This actually matches me today. And there's of course readings done within 12 to 24 hours as well. So the readings are of course to answer questions you have, to look into what is happening for you. So new person energy. Okay, so with this new person, what we see here is a lot of emotional intelligence, very strong water energy. This is beautiful, okay? You know why? Because this person has emotional awareness and emotional intelligence and emotional maturity and is emotionally available, but they are super, super strong. They have boundaries, they know their worth, they know who they are, they're very hardworking. This is not the kind of person that's so serious and so emotional that you think to yourself, oh my God, this person's too serious and too emotional. This person is someone that has faith, they're very grounded, they're very communicative, very loyal, very understanding, very caring, but at the same time, they know how to treat you well, because they themselves wouldn't want to be treated badly, okay? They themselves have done so much work to themselves. Interesting, right? This new person has done a lot of work to themselves. They are emotionally very steady. This person can handle anything you throw at them. You don't have to walk on eggshells with this person. You can literally walk on water with this person, and they'll be like, I'll catch you, don't worry. I'll catch you if you can't swim. I'll save you. This is such a beautiful energy, because, you know, I feel like this new person is someone that you will really find is a safe person. A safe person and your safe space. You can say anything and everything to this person without having to wonder if they're just randomly going to shut the door on your face. This person will be there by your side. They will love you. They will care about you. They will respect you. They will be genuine. They will take care of your heart. You can really trust this person. Like, trust me, you can really trust this person. Okay, look at this. Counterparts, okay? We had the Queen of Swords, now we got the King of Swords. This is someone that you can really rely on, you can depend on. It's going to be your choice as to who you choose, okay? Whether it's past person or new person. But the new person, you know, we've barely got any cards about this new person, and all the cards we got are court cards. What does that mean? Kings and queens.
Kings and queens, but it's all,
and we got king and queen energy. This person will treat you so well and respect you so well. You will be shocked. You will think, is love really this easy? Because you know what? Yes, it takes a lot to manage it and to kind of, you know, be there on the same page, but this person makes it easier for you. Like, you will not have to walk on eggshells with this person. I am telling you, okay? So the affirmation of this reading, comment down below a heart emoji, especially if this resonates with you, because your heart is going to be so full. I'm telling you, in the near future, your heart is going to be full. Of course, please like the reading, comment down below, and do subscribe. Subscribe because I'm here every single day doing readings for you. I'm very consistent. I'm always consistently here for you on YouTube or behind the scenes doing services. And of course, I have TikTok and Instagram. I post short readings on there every single day. So moonlight.guidance on Instagram, moonlight guidance on TikTok, and I will see you all very soon. I really hope this helped you and gave you lots of clarity, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.
I'm dead. What is this song, dude? It's actually epic song. I need to hear it. Let's see. Man. Oh, dude, it's actually my most favorite band. What the fuck? What the fuck? What's the song name? I'm gonna listen to it now. I don't care if I get DMCA. Oh my god, there it is, dude. What the fuck? Is there one to blame? Difficult, claiming to be, but it's all nothing. I'm gonna hope for you, I'm gonna pray for you, amongst the reckless and bitter. What does it say? Wow, what is this song text? It's so epic. Oh, wow, this song, holy fuck, dude.
Someone here is about to come forward towards you, all right? Six of Cups. Now, I feel like this person has been hit with a lot of nostalgia recently. And by the way, if this resonates at any point, please do like this reading, comment down below, and follow as well. I saw the card on the screen. Like, I feel like when you see a card, you can't unsee it. So, got King of Pentacles energy here as well. So, yeah, if this resonates, please do like, comment down below, and subscribe. I'm here every single day for you and have been for the last 4 years, posting every day on YouTube a reading for you. Every day when you come here, there will always
Dude, she's
be
making
something
bank.
for you to watch
Shit,
in
this guy
terms of a
pulls.
reading for
I'm
yourself.
dead.
So I'm just saying, I'm
dead.
always here. This is a very safe space where you are always very welcome. Okay, unexpectedly, someone here is going to be reaching out, coming forward. King of Pentacles. This person seems to be very occupied with their finances and their work right now, okay? Very, very heavily occupied. Also with family events from what I'm seeing here. Also, Page of Wands shows that they have a deep, immense amount of attraction for you. They feel really
this reading is
to
not
you.
for
They
me.
feel very drawn to you. And
I don't know
Page of
anybody
Cups,
who
I'm kind of
has
looking at them
family
up and
ties
down,
or is
and round and
financially
round. Page
stable.
of Cups. A deep desire to be with you, okay? Out of all the fish in the sea, you are the one they want to be with. You know how they say, like, so many fish in the sea. There is, but you're the fish that captivates them. You're the one that makes them feel warm and fuzzy. You know, extreme attraction here with the Emperor that they have towards you. They feel very, very connected to you. Even with the King of Swords, okay? This person really wants to communicate. And then, you know, the thing is, right, I keep seeing here that they want to communicate. Every single one of these cards, they want to communicate. They want to communicate. They want to communicate and come forward here, here, and here. So why don't they do it? The thing here is that I'm thinking that this person wants to communicate, but it's a want. It's like an intention. So will the intention actually have an action? Will they actually take action on the intention? Will they do that? Let's see. Ace of Swords. Yes, they will. Hierophant as well. This person has a deep, deep longing for you, a deep, deep amount of attraction for you. They really like you a lot. They really care a lot about you. They don't want to be away from you, from what I'm seeing. They want to build with you and they want to have a future because, you know, you've got double Taurus energy, and Taurus is a fixed energy, right? Once they're locked in, they're locked in. I'm not saying this person is a Taurus, but it's the energy of relationships and commitment, which I'm seeing here with Taurus, right? It's very like...
Can we win this?
Family, like,
okay, we're
I want
going.
to be
Let's
with
go.
you long term, not casual, okay? Just really like long term energy. And then you've got the Queen of Cups. Knight of Wands. Oh my god, this person like really loves you, okay? This person really loves you. I feel like they're just sort of, they have this sort of wait and watch approach. And the reason for that,
I just realized my monitor is way too big to play World of Warcraft.
They have this wait and watch approach because in the past they really rush things very quickly.
I can't see anything, it's too big. I have to like move all of my head.
They felt really disappointed in the past because then that person really hurt them. And they were just like, oh, you know, I should have taken more time, or I should have just given things a bit more space from time to time so that I can understand.
Don't get a widescreen, guys.
And sort of take a step back, and then I can see.
You have to Hackerman every game for ultra wide.
And so what I see here is that they have this sort of wait and watch approach. They feel a lot towards you. They feel very connected to you. They feel very drawn to you. They feel very attracted to you. They feel very connected to you. They feel like you are literally their person, okay? But they don't want to rush things, even though they are so compelled. Like deep down, they just want to rush things. They want to be with you. They really like you a lot. They like how vulnerable and how sensitive and how emotional you are. They also like the fact that you actually have emotions, so you can feel things. They have a feeling that because you're emotional and empathic, you don't run away from conflict. You can navigate through conflict.
Imagine
Remember,
wiping
the
at
strongest
1%.
relationships that
GG.
stand the test of time are the ones that navigate conflict.
It's over.
Because it happens. It always happens, okay? It literally happens between pets and their owners. It happens in all kinds of relationships, friendships. You know, it happens between countries. Conflict will always happen. Okay, well, it happens within ourselves as well, right? Conflict happens within ourselves too, so of course it's going to happen. It's not a bad thing, but the most amazing thing is that they will realize that you have the ability to navigate conflict. That to them is a huge green flag. They will like that, and the more they spend time around you, the more they get to know you, and the more they communicate with you, which they are going to do more of, okay? They will see just how consistent you are. And in the past, they've not had consistency, okay? So they've had like really highs, big highs and lows. With you, it's just a beautiful flow, okay? Flows nicely, comes together nicely. In the past, they've been rejected, they've been hurt, they've had a lot of highs and lows. It's just been really toxic. Like the word that I would use is toxic, okay? And they kind of got sucked into that, especially with this energy. See, as I'm talking about their past relationship, these kinds of cards are coming out. And it just goes to show that they were betrayed, they were lied to, they may have been cheated on. There was a lot of toxicity. There was a lot of, you know, saying one thing, doing another. Not them necessarily doing it, but someone doing it to them. And so they want to be very, very cautious with you because they don't want history to repeat itself, and they want to give things a bit of time. And as time goes by, they'll see that you're consistent. Green light, green flag. They can do something towards you, okay? We like the green lights and we like the green flags. That's what they'll see in you, okay? Because you're not a toxic person. You're not a toxic person. And so what are they going to do here? Truly, they are moving past their past, okay? Because 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands is everything that they were held back in regards to their past, that they're going to push to the past. They will heal and move forward so that they don't project onto you their past, because their past was very, very stressful. It was very overwhelming. It was not great, right? They didn't treat you very well. So they are going to move past the past and come forward towards you so that you can have a lot of happiness, joy, fulfillment, satisfaction with one another. This is the Page of Swords. This is confidence. This is motivation. This is movement. This is excitement. This is clarity. This is them realizing, oh my God, my past really hurt me, but I don't want to project that onto you, but I still want to give things time so that I feel safe, I feel good, I feel regulated, okay? So they're gonna start chasing and pursuing and meeting up with you, spending time with you, making dates. If you're at distance with this person, you know, it's really them taking the time to communicate effectively with you to the point where you know what they're doing, you know where they're at, you know how they are, you know, you don't have to worry so much. So that is the Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands is very beautiful because Queen of Wands is just so attractive. It's full of chemistry, it's full of excitement. It's them really feeling like they want to be with you and wanting to make things work with you. I feel like they're going to commit. So we've got here the King of Cups with the Death card. You know, this is so powerful. This is Scorpio energy. This is about such a strong love. Whew. Scorpio and love, oh my God, physical attraction, chemistry. The chemistry is just is absolutely off the charts. Like they feel so attracted to you like they've never felt towards anyone else. They want to put their past behind, which only further allows them to be much more emotionally available, open, mature, intelligent, and so much more towards you. The King of Cups is so powerful because the King of Cups here shows that they will be, you know, truly happy and truly fulfilled and truly want to work through things with you to the point where it just all comes together. And, you know, I do offer readings as well. I just wanted to mention that because, you know, if you need answers to specific questions that you have, they're done within 12 to 24 hours. There are readings on my website, but also as well, I just really wanted to mention this, that there are rituals for things like, you know, express their feelings to you, break no contact, manifest a specific person for support and consistency, protect your connection, marriage rituals for, you know, love, money, marriage, career, success, beauty, justice, healing, black magic removal, protection ritual, and there's also intention items which have thousands of 5-star
Yo, we need to
reviews.
get into
There's
black
bracelets,
magic, guys.
necklaces,
I want to
anklets,
curse some
pom-poms,
people.
tassels, candles, etc. Everything's
be a
linked
bad
down
witch.
below for you if you're ever interested. But yeah, everything's on shopmoonlightguidance.com and also my Etsy store. Amazing reviews. This person is about to pursue you, chase you, come after you. What I would also recommend as well is that you are not sitting and waiting for them, because remember, waiting can actually delay things, because even with the law of attraction, it is about detachment. Okay, detachment is very important. It means focusing on the things you can control, pulling back your energy towards yourself, and really just putting yourself first for yourself, not relying heavily on constantly needing this person for everything, in the sense that when you actually pull your energy off them, they will feel like they have none of your energy. That's going to trigger them to run and chase after you as well. But what I will say is that this person is putting their past behind them. There's been a very, very heavy and very deep and very frustrating past that they have had, which has made them be overly cautious, to the point where for some of you, there's been a gap in communication. There's been distance. There's been a lot of overwhelming energies where you don't really know where you stand with this person. It's been very stressful. It's been very chaotic. It's been just really overwhelming. And so I just feel here that now they're going to start doing this. It's going to be surprising. Let them take the reins. Let them take the lead. Let them drive the car, okay? Not physically, but I'm just saying in terms of an analogy. Let them take the lead on things, so that you can see, how serious they are, what they want to do, and how they want to come forward. So the affirmation for this reading is, this is what they will do. Comment it down below, especially if this resonates with you, you claim this reading, or it makes sense for you. I'm here every single day doing readings, and I have been for the last 4 to 5 years. I am consistently always here, so please do subscribe. There's always going to be readings for you every single day. I also do post on TikTok and Instagram as well. There's personal readings, short readings on there for various areas of your life. So TikTok is Moonlight Guidance, Instagram is moonlight.guidance. I hope this reading really helped you, to give you a bit of clarity as to what's going to happen, what the situation holds.
Hey guys, James here today, and welcome to the Realm of Magic Rags to Riches Let's Play. Finally here, only about 2 weeks late or something like that. I don't know, we're probably...
By the way, this video is called Road to Becoming an Evil Witch.
Nearing that point, but we have spent this week preparing for the Let's Play. So if you haven't already seen it, we did a Create a Sim video, then we did a building video, and now
Is he for real? Is this a game or what is this?
Part of the series. But if you want to see those setups, make sure...
Oh no, man!
Go check.
I want to become a witch. It's a game. I think you're freaky and I like you a lot. There's not a single video on YouTube on how to become a bad witch. Yeah, I think I found my niche. I'm gonna become a bad witch. Easy game. Ugh. It is so stupid. I'm not even gonna show. Don't be scared. Okay. GG, guys. We'll come back tomorrow. GG, thank you, boy.